we burn every track. Now we burn every track. Now we burn every track. Now we burn every. Now we burn every. Now we burn every. Now we burn every track. I'm a monster.
Welcome everybody to Homestead Miami Speedway. My name's Josh Hall. I'm joined tonight by Dave Wright. Dave, how you doing tonight?
Josh, I am doing well, a little hungover from spending the night down in South Beach, but short drive up to Homestead and all business tonight, so ready to roll.
I love it. We're here tonight for the iRacing ARCA Series Pro. And man, if it's anything like last week that we saw, it's about to be an exciting one for sure.
Yeah, really excited. Intermediate track here for the fellas. Should be some really good racing. Difficult track to get around. Really takes a wheelman. A lot of high line will be run here. And we'll like to see how the field shakes out.
For sure. We're going to take a look at our standings now. And right now, our current leader in the points is Kyle Mays with Derek Chaput right behind. Ronald Cole, Stoney Benfield, and Brandon Richardson make up your top five. So, a couple new names: Dylan Dunford, some guy named Logan Hagerman. Now, Logan's our Truck Series champion from last season, along with Todd Mays, Bobby Mays, and Brandon White making up your top 10. So, a lot of familiar faces, as well as a couple new ones here.
Yeah, we got Daytona in the books week 1, and then North Wilkesboro last week with Mr. Mays bringing that one home, Chaput bringing home Daytona. So interesting to see how those two drivers, with their tickets punched, take their talents to South Beach and see what they have in store tonight.
Yeah, very tough track. This is. Let's bring up the track information here. And it's 1.48, so just under a mile and a half track. Progressive banking, though, which makes it so you can kind of run anywhere on the track. A lot of guys like to run that high line. I know I personally love that high line here, but the last race I ran here, I was a bottom feeder. I did not leave the bottom of the track, so We'll have to see exactly how these guys plan to run it. There is a really nasty bump off of turn 2 that if you hit it wrong, it will really upset the car, and you might see a few people losing it off of 2 as they're coming off the corner.
Yeah, and as practice is coming to a close here shortly, Stephen Black on top with a 33.835, which was well ahead of second place Devin Buccino, Brett Merle, a couple other well-known names, Brian Nudie, Kyle and Bobby Mays, Brandon White, and Logan following it up there.
Yeah, Steven's got this sweet new picture that he put up there. And we're going to be looking forward to seeing what these guys can do here. Dustin Dean still sucks in Season 3. Unfortunately, Dustin Dean will no longer be running with the iOS series. The decision was made after some shenanigans, but we move on.
We pour one out for him, Josh, as we do.
So we're getting ready for some qualifying here. Going to have 10 minutes of qualifying. Let's see who's going to get out on track first. Looks like Derek Chaput. Well,
Garrick running that number 37 Reese Cup.
my replay screen got a little messed up right there. Adam and Crystal Baston say, let's go number 16. And I see got 16 people out there watching. Out there on the interwebs. We see you. 2 on Twitch, 3 on YouTube, and 10 on Facebook. So we got the chat open. Looks like Dustin Keaton can't shenan again. I like it. Devin Buccino with the dad joke. Nothing better than that. But yeah, we see you out there. Don't forget to throw a shout out. As long as it's not vulgar or derogatory, we'll make sure to say it here on the broadcast and let us know who you're pulling for tonight. And of course, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, like the broadcast. Whatever platform you're on, it really helps us out. As we see Derek...
go ahead.
I was going to say, as we see Derek Chaput now using that bottom line.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just the outlap strategy or what. We'll see here as we get through the first one and then go into that second lap.
Yeah, Derek holding the car right down on the bottom. Which primarily, the bottom is the fastest way around the track. You're making it the shortest way around the track, which hypothetically should be faster. Although on a progressive banking like this, running that high side, you can actually keep in the gas longer, as Logan Hagerman goes to the top of the board, and keep the car wound up and get the speed off. So, as Derek Chaput finishes his lap here, and he's going to stay in that 8th spot. See where Hagerman's running. Hagerman's also down on the bottom there.
And Logan really dropping a really blazing time on that first lap of 33.838 was just off of what Stephen Black was running in practice. So
see Brian Nudie out on track in that Gill's dump truck service and pizzeria truck. Corley Mather says, let's go Nick Mather. Another one running that low line here in qualifying. Nice to see Greg Froelich back on track here with the iOS series.
Yeah, great to see the return. Seen him last night in the rookie series running that same ARCA scheme. Nice switch up of the paint job as well. Glad to have the legend back. Hope he is on the mic tonight as well because always lays down some great sound bites.
Unfortunately, they are not usually PG-13 or better, so we cannot broadcast those, but I'm sure you've got it keyed up on your side.
Yes, I do, Josh. I will keep the audience in tune, and the filter will be on.
See, Isaiah Gill out there in that pink number 2. And Stephen Black has gone to the top of the board with a 33.80.
And Isaiah really dominated last week when we were in Wilkes County, led most of the better half of the race. Late decision to take tires seemed to kind of seal his fate in that track. So
you see Isaiah kind of running that middle lane. which may not be a bad lane as well. Brett Merle up to the third spot with a 33.90. Nudi's in fourth with a 33.94. And then Tyler Aspinall, the first car out of the 33 bracket, 34.02.
Stephen Black overtook Logan there with, again, just a blazing time with 33, almost 8 flat with an 8.03.
But there are still a couple fast cars out there that have not qualified. Guys like Colin Willems, Dean Qualley. Actually, that's Jackson Qualley, excuse me. And it looks like Isaiah's only going to muster up to the 14th spot. Blake Hensley out on track. And that 33 John Deere ski machine. And he's going to qualify in the 18th spot. Alex Marinelli out here made his qualifying run. I love the chrome numbers on the side. Got that old school throwback kind of feel. You see that dirt tracks having those foil numbers? I like it.
Yeah, really, really, really cool scheme.
I'm a sucker for paint schemes.
Yeah, I think, anybody that's really into the racing, it's got to be something that you pay attention to. There's obviously those that are just here to drive the cars and stuff like that, but for most of the audience, I think the schemes and even a lot of the drivers, they put a lot of thought into that stuff, and it shows a little bit of their personalities as well, for most part.
Yeah, I know I personally always paint up the cars for the Intensity team. And in the Pelican Snowball League, they're having a patriotic race. And I thought that was this week. And it's next week. So I painted up a car for no reason.
Yeah, I've seen that cup car though, Josh. That beautiful scheme.
Well, I've actually moved that over to a truck now. And it's going to look really, really good. I just got a message from one of the drivers. I just got to respond to that real quick, Dave, if you want to talk about what you see on track right now. I see Jackson Qualley out on track.
Yeah, Jackson laying down his first lap here. Looks like that Haley Deegan racing scheme. As he comes around here, what that first lap looks like. Running the high line most of the time here. Real slow on the out lap. Let's see if he lays it down here now as the actually track lap.
And it looks like he's going to come across the line here with a 35.26. So he's going to be way back. So, yeah, I'm not sure if that is Dean or Jackson back there. Not 100%.
Yeah, he laid off, Josh. Maybe a start from the back on purpose.
Hey, it's a possibility. We got about a minute and a half, though, left in qualifying. We got a couple drivers who have not qualified. Actually, I believe Colin Willems is race control tonight because I see Brandon White also in the field but not making a qualifying attempt, nor had they made any practice laps. So I believe these guys are race control tonight. And a couple drivers. See Isaiah Gill out there still turning some laps, which isn't a bad idea. Get a little run by yourself, kind of see how the car is going to handle, and make some adjustments to your racing line as you need to.
Yeah, a lot of times some guys, have a lot of day jobs that take them into some of the times when this starts, show up to practice a little bit late. So it's a good time to get, 5, maybe 10 laps in while, the rest of the team or the rest of the field is practice or qualifying rather.
And one more thing we're just going to go over is schedule coming up. This week, we're running Homestead, Miami. Next week's going to be Southern National Park. 100 laps there at that little short track. And then Phoenix Raceway, Nashville Fairgrounds, Rockingham, and Watkins Glen be your next handful of races. Then Texas, Martinsville will round out the 10-week regular season before we head to Bristol and Kansas for our first round of the playoffs. USA Speedway, Kentucky for our second round with the conclusion at Charlotte.
An excellent lineup for the ARCA Pro.
That is for sure. As I'm trying to find my mouse that didn't want to disappeared on me. But Stephen Black, your pole sitter, with a 33.803. Outside of him, Logan Hagerman in the 7 machine. Then Brett Merle, the 26, rounding and lining up in third spot, and Brian Nudie rounding out row 2.
In the 5th spot, we got Tyler Aspinall coming out 6th. Todd Mays following it up in the 4th row. Devin Buccino in the 7th position. Bobby Mays in the 8th position.
You're going to have Kyle Mays in the 55 on the inside of row number 5 with Dylan Redding in the Pelican Snowball machine in 10th. Dylan Dunford in the 94 and 11th, and then Nick Mather in the 16th. He'll be lining up in 12th.
And then we have 13th, Brian Merle Jr. Sitting outside of him is going to be the number 51 of Zachary Cox. As we roll back to 15th, Brandon Richardson in the number 29. Outside is Isaiah Gill in the number 2 machine.
Derek Chaput in the 37 rolling out 17th with Michael Provolt in the 95 and 18th. Blake Hensley rolling out 19th, and Mark Shavers will be your outside of row number 10.
Tony Benefield in the 75 Impala going off 21st. Outside, Michael Lawrence. Josh Cole going off 23rd, as well as Greg Froelich going off outside in the 24th position.
And to round out your field, Sylvanson going in the 66th and 25th. Alex Marinelli in the 22 and 26th. And then Dean Qualley in the 17 will be your final starting spot. And I just got a note across the screen here that it is pronounced Aspinall.
Excellent. So 27 cars, Josh.
This is going to be a wild one for sure as the cars start rolling off a pit road. Onto the high banks here. And you'll see uniquely there is a access road that these guys have to take on their outlap of the pits. They do not have to take the access road going into the pits. But coming off, they do have to take that little safety road there. So it makes an extra little challenge getting off pit road. Mick Olofsson, all the dirt on Twitch says, good luck, guys. I'm stuck at work. And Cassie Williams goes, let's go, Mather. So the bot squad in full effect for Nick tonight.
Yeah, they'll be cheering on that 16 machine. He is starting in the 12th position, so we'll see how he does in the middle of the pack there to start it off. Bot squad seems strong so far.
As the pace car takes that hard left-hand turn on the pit road, Stephen Black leads him to the green. Green is in the air. And a side-by-side battle already for that top position, as both Hagerman and Stephen Black had a great jump there, but Stephen Black on the inside's got the advantage as they come through turns 1 and 2. See Brian Nudie already jumping to the bottom, trying to get around Logan Hagerman. Here comes the 11 as well. Apologize, that's not the 11. It's 11 on my screen, but that's Brett Merle in the 26 there. 11 on the screen, 26 on the ticker. As they come across and complete lap number 1.
And number 1 in your heart, a real good jump by Logan, but Stephen Black beat him off the back stretch there and gets out to about a 1.5, 2 car length lead as we go down into the back stretch.
Brett Merle Jr. I'm sorry, it's Brett Merle. Spins, loses it by himself, gets Dylan Redding.
We have our first caution of the night, Josh.
And what did I say earlier in the race? Watch out as they come off of turn number 2. That's going to be a problem spot for these guys, and we'll have to see exactly what happened to Brett Merle here. As actually, I think he just might have just lost it all by himself here. As we see him, you see that back end already starting to come around. And anytime you can see that front wheel staying straight as the car's coming around, you know he's fighting that, trying to hold on to it for everything he's got. But there's just a point where the car just has no, you're past the point of everything. Then the tires start to grip as he's down on the flat, comes back across the track right in front of the 5. And then Dylan Redding just comes in, nowheres to go. I think it's just those 2 cars collected. Nick Mather, it's like he gets it woed down, no contact for him.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Dylan. Can't really blame Brett, though, trying to drive out of it and save it on the bottom side. But really just obviously tough to do that at that speed.
Yeah, we're going to ride along with Nick Mather here. See exactly what he sees. He sees that car come back across the track right up in front of him and able to get it woed down. And it looks like another car up into the wall there in front. It looks like, I believe, the 55 of Kyle Mays. Yeah, he had got into the wall a little bit, got a little bit of damage. So you see Dylan Redding taking his reset. Kyle Mays coming on pit road. Maybe just getting some repairs. I don't think he's going to get that car reset. Nope, looks like just some repairs being done. The car didn't pop back out, so yeah, a couple of the cars just coming on the pit road to get some service done. But up front, it's all Stephen Black so far.
Yeah, be interesting to see what happens on this restart. They waited for the green, obviously, on the first one. Logan got a good jump. See what Steven does with Logan here to potentially get out in front of him before turn 1 and not have to race it down into the backstretch.
And for those of you that don't know, Logan Hagerman and Cody Moore have actually made their own little podcast. Oh, I hear the audio is real low. Do apologize for that. Let me get that cranked up for you a little bit. And I want to make sure that Dave's volume is just right. We don't want him too loud now that I cranked up the engine noises. That's SCL Racing Network. Let me know if the volume is better. I do apologize for that.
Check a mic, check 1, 2.
You sound good. You look good on my screen, and that should be a lot better here as cars are under pace speed right now. It's really easy to do sound checks, but sometimes there's certain things you can't just sound check by yourself.
The joys of broadcasting, Josh, it's always an adventure, but intensity is usually at the top of the quality.
We try. All the dirt says sounds good. Appreciate you guys letting us know. We're here to serve you. That's why you guys come out and watch us here on Intensity Broadcasting, and we do appreciate you guys for coming out and joining us here tonight. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night as the iOS Cup Series is going to take on, I should know this. I was just looking at it like 2 seconds ago.
Incorrect, Josh. We're not leaving, man.
We are going to stay at Homestead, Miami. in the Cup Series. And then the Truck Series will be at Nashville Fairgrounds.
You know what that means? That means another night in South Beach before we head to Tennessee.
Hey, nothing wrong with going to Nashville.
Nothing at all.
As we get ready to go back green flag racing here, waiting for the pace car to take that hard left-hand turn. Looks like Stephen Black is going to select the outside this time on the restart. Interesting choice here. Pace car makes that hard left-hand turn. And Stephen Black hits the accelerator. We're back green flag racing here. As Brian Newty gets a great jump on that high side, already trying to challenge Logan Hagerman for that second position as they come into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely a race for second place coming out of 2 there, and we'll see how it ends down the backstretch, but it looks like Newty may have the run.
And here comes Tyler Aspinall. Almost looking to make it 3 wide here as he goes into the corner right behind Hagerman. Having a great battle here with Devin Buccino.
Buccino sliding a little bit there, but corrects it. Holds on to it.
And now Tyler all over the back bumper of Logan Hagerman. He's going to take that high side here through 1 and 2. Great view there of the cars as they fan out down the backstretch, and just how close to that wall these cars are actually getting. Well, further back in the pack, we got a little battle back here between Devin Buccino and the 94 of Dylan Dunford. Buccino gets a little loose there. Comes back down the track, and he's going to hold on to that position.
Good, Nick Mather losing it a little bit in the back there, too. A couple checkups, but no caution out. It looks like everybody saved it, corrected themselves.
And here comes Isaiah Gill. Looking to the bottom. Low side Dylan Dunford here coming off of turn number 4, and he's going to have to tuck back in line. Another great battle back here between Brian Merrill Jr. and Blake Hensley. So battles all over the track. As Isaiah Gill has got around the 94. And he's setting his sights on Dan Buccino. So Isaiah Gill starting to come through the field here. And up front, it's all Stephen Black with a comfortable half-second lead over Brian Newty.
Yeah, out to a pretty commanding lead so far.
Here comes Bobby Mays around the 94 of Dylan Dunford. So that 94 car is just in a backward slide right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe ran him off a little too early, Josh, was running him hard, or could be on the save right now as well. We don't know.
Isaiah Gill looking to the low side of Devin Buccino here through 3 and 4. So you ride along here with Isaiah Gill. See, he gets an early entry into the corner, trying to get right below. Just can't quite get to the throttle, though. Gets that big draft down the backstretch. I think he's going to be able to pull alongside him this time. As they're side by side battling.
Really a good battle for that spot. And Homestead, pretty wide track, Josh, allows for some movement around and some good passing lanes.
Yeah, especially with that that banking, that progressive banking, as you see Isaiah Gill get right around.
Setting his sights on Tyler now.
Looks like he's going to be able to get underneath Tyler here and take away that 4th spot.
Definitely the man on the move.
He's running some good lap times right now. Last time by, he ran a 34.28. Leader ran a 16. And Brian Nudie ran a 26. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th ran a 26, a 27, and a 28 respectively. It's a little stat number for you right there. Here comes Tyler Aspinall back on the high side, trying to make that work out there. A little further back, got a little battle here between Mark Shavers and Todd Mays, with Mike Provolt right behind him.
And Stephen Black out to almost a 2nd lead over Brian Nudie. Logan Hagerman close behind.
And Brandon White, who was not a race control, he actually is running. Didn't qualify, didn't turn any laps in qualifying at all, and he's our biggest mover right now as he's up 17 spots up into the 12th position. Now Bobby Mays and Tyler Aspinall side by side, leaning on each other through the corner. That's going to give the advantage here to the 5 of Bobby Mays. Devin Buccino still right on the back bumper of Isaiah Gill. Isn't going away.
Yeah, maybe picking up some driving lanes from Isaiah and just trying to follow him up through the field. Got past Tyler as well, so...
Nick Mather in this little gaggle of cars here with the 24 of Josh Cole and the 51 of Zachary Cox, with Dylan Redding right in front of him. Looks like Dylan's just trying to keep himself out of trouble as they're 3 wide coming down the front stretch. Fortunately, nice wide track, really easy to go 3 wide. Not going to be too scary of a moment being 3 wide there, but...
And Josh, some things I've noticed here, I don't know, nothing come over the radio yet, but it looks like these cars push a little bit up in some of that dirty area. You see some of them kind of behind cars in the corner, and the car that is following is sliding up a bit.
Yeah, that's just a product of these tires. As the tires wear off, you got to really start backing up your corners, or you're just going to push right up the track there. And that's what we're starting to see already. So it's a combination of dirty air and old tires. But Stephen Black now out to over a 2nd lead as we're coming to work lap number 20. And while we got the field a little bit spread out, you know what this would be a good time for?
Let's pump it up, Josh.
we come back and we see Brian Nudie now all over the back bumper of Logan Hagerman.
Yeah, and while we were pumping up the intensity, Dylan Redding intensely got into the wall. There was no caution thrown, but he did end up losing quite a few spots, dropping back to 26th now.
And look at this, Isaiah Gill now joining this party. You got 3 cars under a blanket here. This is second, third, and fourth. Oh, Nudie pushes up the track a little bit, almost gets into the side of Isaiah. Isaiah really loose off the corner. Wow, able to hold on to it, not get into the side of Nudie. And still trying to make that pass out there on that high side. And while that's going on, it's kind of allowing Logan Hagerman to pull away from these two a little bit.
Yeah, Nudie's definitely not going to give him any sort of room. Those guys definitely going to race each other pretty hard.
And the yellow flag is out. Not sure what brought that out. See the slow car of Alex Marinelli on track. Let's bring up our wreckage rewind to see if we can see exactly what brought that yellow out. That was a pretty good guess as far as what happened right there. And it looks like a little battle back here between Marinelli, Greg Froelich, the 75 of is that Stony Benfield, and Dylan Redding here. As Dylan Redding kind of just wasn't expecting a 22 to be that slow. Gets into the side of Stony Benfield, right in front of Greg Froelich. Froenich's going to get a little piece of this as they come down the track. And I believe Froenich's going to be able to continue on. But we saw the 22 go sliding. And yeah, that's what's going to bring up your caution here. Looks like Dylan Redding was able to continue on. No harm, no foul. As the entire field comes down on the pit road.
Lap 24, Josh? 25? What are we at?
Yep,
25?
we're halfway through. We just hit halfway. We'll watch the race off pit road here. Left sides go up for Stephen Black. I'm sure he's going to be the first one off pit road. Brian Nudie beats Logan Hagerman off. And then you got Isaiah Gill and Devin Buccino. What a great battle for that second spot. Nudie making it happen on pit road.
Only 2 cautions. We're halfway through, so pit road in those pit stops obviously very important. We don't know that we'll see another one. There was some good racing there under green flag, so that position getting off of pit road could spell very, very costly and useful for some of these drivers.
Yeah, and as these cars come across the start-finish line, we'll have to take a look at the pit stop times to see how everybody got on and off pit road. That's pit stop time. There we go. We have Brian Nudie with a 14.2 as opposed to Stephen Black's 15. Hagerman with a 15.4. Buccino with a 14.5. That's why he gained 3 positions. Yeah, so big movers right there with those pit stops. Zachary Cox. Looks like Kyle Mays, Zachary Cox may have taken, I'm sorry, that's Todd Mays. And Zachary Cox may have only taken 2 tires here.
Yeah, and even Blake jumped up 12 there.
Yep. So a little bit of gambling. I know we're in South Beach, but a little bit of gambling going on here with these guys. So Stephen Black's pretty much been your leader since the drop of the green flag. We'll have to see if he chooses the high side again on this restart, which we saw him do last time. The lights on the pace car are off. Looks like he is going to take that high side again. Although with fresh tires, you know, I've seen that low side be pretty strong down there on freshies.
Yeah, for sure. I'm guessing Steven thinks, he's going to jump that start, obviously, and get in front of Brian, clear him before that corner. So we shall see here.
That's the nice thing about being the leader is you have the choice of when you want to go. As soon as that pace car pulls down onto pit road, you can hit the gas whenever you'd like. So when they take the green flag here, we'll have just 22 laps to go out of the 50 scheduled laps, unless we have ourselves a green-white checker.
A lot of the regulars up front. Stephen Black, Nudie, Logan, Devin Buccino, Isaiah Gill charging up through the front. Should be a good second half here.
Pace car pulls off. Stephen Black hits the accelerator. We're back green flag racing. And Devin Buccino getting a good launch here. Getting to the outside of Brian Nudie. But Nudie be able to make those new tires stick on the bottom there and stay ahead of Buccino. And already looks like Stephen Black is starting to check out. A little further back, we got some side-by-side racing between Blake Hensley and Bobby Mays. Blake's got that inside line. He's going to take that away. Also a little gaggle of cars with Todd Mays, Brian Myrtle Jr., Derek Chaput. Almost making it 4 wide for a second. Brandon White stuck there in the middle, getting real loose. Able to hold on to it. That was a sketchy moment for there.
That was one of them Mad Nights moments for a minute.
Yeah, pucker moment for sure. Is now Brandon White was down on the yellow. We got a yellow. It looks like it's for Greg Fronek.
A legendary return.
Oh, we were talking about it a second ago, and we're seeing it again. We got 4 wide. And Fronek just looks like he comes down a little bit on that 4 car of Mark Shavers, and that's going to send him right around. In front of the field, Cheeseburger just barely missing him there. Stoney Benfield getting through as well, and doesn't look like he made too much contact. Should be all right.
Yeah, I don't even think a fastie needed there. Should be able to get in there, bang on it a little bit, straighten it out. Maybe less than a minute, I would think, of repair.
So now I think it looks like Brian Newton's going to be in that catbird seat this time. It seems like that bottom lane is really, or that bottom lane is really starting to take off on the restarts. Be able to see the leader a little bit as Brian Newton fakes pit road there.
Markey and the legend having some words over that incident on race control. But, 4 wide racing, that'll happen. Temper's running a little hot down in South Beach.
Eddie Morris, we appreciate the kind words. Best broadcasters in the business. Eddie will be on track tomorrow night in the iOS Cup Series. Also here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
We got that 51 of Zach Cox repping some intensity on the back quarter panel too, as well, Josh.
We're going to take a look at the side of that car. Oh, not able to get a good view of it. There it is. There it is. You see it back there. We do appreciate that for sure.
Always appreciate the publicize.
Stephen Black, this paint job that he's running tonight, very clean, very simple, just flat black. I kind of like it a lot.
Yeah, and he's another one that is, like yourself, very adept with the paint schemes. Does a lot for a lot of people within the iOS circuit. Always puts out some spectacular paints as well. And yeah, I agree. I like the pretty plain 98 black, um, with what is that sponsor he's got on there?
It is Southern.
Fitness.
Yes, I think that's what it says. I need glasses. I can't read that well. Southern Nutrition.
Southern Nutrition.
There
Nice.
you go. And the lights on the pace car are still on. I thought we were going to be going back to green flag here. Eddie says he's looking forward to tomorrow. You know, I am too. I love this. Is one of my favorite tracks. This is the only track on iRacing besides the Super Speedway that I have an official win on. Although my only road win came on the oval at Indianapolis due to it being the Formula, or not the Formula, the Indy Lights. So it was technically a road race, but it was on the oval. But it was
You
still my.
keep that to yourself, man.
I don't care. People know.
Messing with you.
Actually, I really can't say that either because I've got a couple wins at South Boston and Lanier in the way back, I'm talking 11 years ago in the Legends cars.
Now, Josh, you being from the Northeast, you been to Sobo? You been to South Boston?
I have not. I've never been to any of the tracks in Virginia. I'm way up here in Massachusetts, so tracks I usually go to are Stafford, Waterford Speed Bowl, Thompson, New Hampshire. Those have been the tracks I've been to. Can't forget, as I can't remember the name of it, Monadnock. It's one of those names that it doesn't flow off the tongue very well. Monadnock Speedway, awesome northeastern little short track up in New Hampshire. If you've never been there, that's one to check out for sure.
What about Dover? You been to Dover?
I have not been to Dover yet. That's a bucket list for me, but pace car lights are off. Stephen Black ready to hit the accelerator, bring it back, green flag racing. Good jump for Buccino and Isaiah Gill. Brian Duty had a horrible jump. He looked like he spun the tires a little bit, may have almost gilled it there for a second, but Isaiah with a great restart. I haven't said that in a while. As he's going to move himself up into the second position. And he's going to set his sights on Stephen Black. Stephen Black with his first real challenge. We got one car up on the wall back here. I'm not sure who that was. That was Brett Merle. And, yeah, that was, I'll have to go back and look at that again as Isaiah Gill looking to the inside of Stephen Black. Stephen Black's first real challenge of the night. Oh, Isaiah gets a little loose.
Yeah, this is gonna wind up being a battle here, Josh, I believe.
And look who's moved into the third position. Blake Hensley in the 31 up into that third spot. And that's what these guys behind these two are wanting to see. These guys battle side by side. That's going to let these guys like Blake Hensley, Devin Buccino, Logan Hagerman, Brian Duty catch back up because these guys are battling hard here with 14 laps to go. Stephen Black's going to have to give up that position as they come off of turn 2. No, he's going to fight back on the high side, coming down the back stretch. And yellow is out.
Yep.
That looks like Michael Provolt may have had some issues towards the back of the field, and it sounds like they're still having some issues back there. We'll have to see exactly what happened to Provolt. He was racing with Derek Chaput. You see the 51 is Zach Cox. Getting off the corner a little slower than Provolt was expecting. It looks like Chaput did not get in the back of him. 95 was already spinning before Chaput got there. And he's just going to slide down to the bottom. It sounds like up in front of this, there may have been a couple other people making some contact, but I don't see it. I am going to go back with the replay, though, because I do want to see where the 11 of Brett Merle got up into the wall, and he was actually when I say he was riding the wall, he was definitely riding the wall. No,
Oh yeah,
no,
two on the ground, two up.
no takers on the pit road. Just a couple cars. Zachary Cox and Dylan Redding on pit road, and it looks like there might have been a little bit of contact between Brett Merle and the 29. We're gonna see. Whoops. Gotta love it. I find it and then I go away from it.
You know, Josh, you did a really, really good job of not collecting anybody else with it. That's actually a clinic in how to actually stay on the wall and not wreck the field.
That's for sure. And I'm trying to find that that again because I do. There we go. Now I found it. But we'll go back to. I'll wait for some time before the green flag. And we see the 29 and the 11 make a little bit of contact there. That shoots the 11 up the track, and you'll see what I mean by he was up riding the wall. Able to keep it up there and avoid collecting a bunch of cars and making it worse than it could have been.
And Josh, we didn't have anybody stay out at that midway caution. Anybody on better tire mileage here?
Well, we did just see, it looked like Zach Cox and, forgot who it was that just came in pit. Let's see if we can see our pit strategy here. And, yeah, up our top 15. Looks like they're all going to be the, on the same pit strategy here. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger here. Yeah, let's take a look, and, Zachary Cox and Michael Profel are the only two cars that pit that time.
Kyle Mays may have an extra set there, potentially.
Those could come into play as we got just 10 laps to go. We've seen it happen. Where Stephen Black has dominated a race to have someone go in with get fresh tires and take it away from him. Right now it doesn't look like fresh tires are beating him, but just a little bit of a faster race car. As the lights on the pace car are off, we see the famous Blink Hensley there on the bottom.
The one and only.
And it looks like Isaiah Gill is going to take the bottom side this time. So a little different strategy coming from the leader this time. Give you a quick rundown through the field as they come down the backstretch. We'll go through your top 10. You got Isaiah Gill, Stephen Black, Blake Hensley, Devin Buccino in 4th, Logan Hagerman in the 5th spot, Brian Nudie sitting in 6th, Dylan Dunford in 7th, Bobby Mays in 8th, Kyle Aspinall in 9th, and Brandon White up into the 10th spot. As we're getting ready to go back green flag racing here. And I'll tell you what, these last 9 laps are going to be exciting if they're anything what we just saw before that last yellow.
Yeah, for sure, especially those front two. Definitely going to be a battle to the finish here. Let's see how it winds up.
And Isaiah Gill already on the gas ahead of Stephen Black as they come into turn 1. Great jump for that 2 car. And now Stephen Black is under pressure from Blake Hensley already, trying to take away that 2nd spot. And it looks like he's going to clear him here going off turn 2. But no, Stephen Black's going to fight back on the outside. But here goes Hensley clearing him off of turn number 2 as they rocket down the backstretch. See Devin Buccino now coming into the picture. Looks like Michael Lawrence and Brandon White having some issues, but no yellow. Brian Nudie trying to make that high side work. With just 8 laps to go.
to the line. Isaiah's leading them down, but Blake is still trying to give him all he can handle. It looks like those front three battling down here to the finish.
I saw Brian Newty get real loose there behind Buccino, and now Logan Hagerman looking to pounce. Here comes Stephen Black from the inside. Blake puts a huge block on Stephen right there. I don't know if it was a block or Blake was trying to get to the inside of Hensley at the same time, and cross the line with 7 to go. Man, this is a 3-car battle right here for the lead. Here goes Blake to the inside. Not quite gonna give the bumper to Isaiah.
Yeah.
Isaiah's hold on, no, Isaiah crashes. Oh my goodness, up into.
You know, Josh, I was just gonna say if I was Stephen Black, I might want to just hang back here. These two may get into it.
Oh my
but he was
goodness.
able to scoot low and get by.
That is not what we wanted to see out of your leaders there. Let's go back and see exactly what just happened. It looks like it starts coming through turns 1 and 2. And we see Blake Hensley. Let's see if we can get a better view of this. Giving the bumper here to Isaiah Gill. And that's what you got to do. You can't blame him for giving him the bumper there. Somehow, Isaiah Gill is able to slide down in front of Stephen Black. And I thought he was going to save it. It looked like he was going to save it. And all of a sudden, the car just takes off back up the track and right into the 31 of Hensley.
See Nudie skating by there.
Yeah, Nudie do a little drift action there to get through it. He's going to get through it. And, oops. It looks like Isaiah just not very pleased, I'm sure. I'm sure there's some words going across the race chatter right now. Also, before this happened, we saw a little issue between Michael Lawrence. It looked like Brandon White. Oh, Lawrence just gets loose there. And at the same time that happened, Brandon White
And the synchronized spin, Josh?
Oh, the 5. Oh. Neither one of these brought out the yellow, and I'm not sure who that was that got into White at the last second there.
Not all lost for Isaiah, though. Had the fast repair. He is repaired back out on the track. Looks like he's going to be in the 27th spot, so still a lot of cars, obviously, on the lead lap. So he'll start from the back, but he was fast. I don't know that that's the last yellow we see, and we got 5 to go here, Josh. So we'll restack them and re-rack them. Stephen Black obviously sitting up front now, but opens the door a bit for Logan, Devin, and Mr. Nudie.
That was the 45 of Tyler Aspinall that just barely caught Brandon White as he was spinning there, and a little bit of damage to the front of that car. I don't know how much that's going to affect him. Man, how the fortunes can change. But 2 guys' misfortune. There's 1 guy's treasure right here. Stephen Black is going to reassume the lead here. But he's got a very hungry Devin Buccino right behind him. Logan Hagerman. Wow, there's another name for you, Hogan Lagerman.
I love it.
That's going to be a meme, I can already tell. Brian Nudie back there as well. And in 5th place, you got the 5-car of Dylan Dunford as well. So
No EOL issued on that incident, Josh, from Race Control. Racing incident between the 31 and the 2. Both of them at the back anyway, having to take their fast repairs. So we'll see how or which one the both of them may have to team up to get back up through the field here.
Yep. And I know you said no harm, no foul, but Isaiah Gill is a lap down. So unfortunately for him, I do not see him driving back through the field.
Yeah, it looks like he did end up getting caught by that sticky pace car, Josh. 2 weeks in a row now for Isaiah. Tough luck.
And Stephen Black, we're going to come across the line here with 2 laps to go. We're going to have a little green-white checker, unofficial green-white checker. And Stephen Black is going to take that low side. Devin Buccino, Logan Hagerman, Brian Newey, Dylan Dunford, Tyler Aspinall, Bobby Mays, Kyle Mays, Derek Chaput, and Josh Cole making up your top 10. As we see the pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn. On the pit road. Stephen Black hits the accelerator. We're back at Green Flag Racing here at Homestead, Miami, with just 2 laps to go, and a great jump here for Stephen Black. As Logan Hagerman and Brian Newey now battling for that 3rd position, that final podium spot. And Newey's going to get underneath Hagerman here, trying to take that position away as they rocket into turns 3 and 4. It looks like Newey's going to be able to clear Logan Hagerman on that low side. Hagerman's trying to fight back on the high side, but he just doesn't have enough to get there. And now Buccino trying to reel in Stephen Black as the white flag is out. Can he make something happen?
I think it's Steven's race to lose here, Josh. As long as he keeps it straight, he's got a pretty commanding lead.
Brian Newey into the wall. They're side by side here for this 3rd position. Even though Newey got on the wall, he's still got the speed coming off of turn number 4. But up front, your winner, Stephen Black. Oh, and
Newey put on the big block for the 3rd podium spot.
A little extracurricular activity after the flag there. We see Tyler Aspinall also getting some damage. He's got the front wheel up on the hood there. But your winner tonight, Stephen Black. How about that?
Yeah, just pure domination. Reminds me, we were at in the ARCA Rookie last night, and Brooke Qualley dominated last night, really leading all 100 laps over at Concord. So similar performance from Stephen Black. Really just dominated all day today.
And I hate to say it, but normally when Stephen Black dominates a race, he never comes out on top. But tonight the fortunes have turned for him, as he's going to take the win here in the iOS Pro Series. And him and Blake burning it down right here. Good friends. I believe they're teammates as well, if I'm not mistaken. As we've got our 3rd place finisher, Brian Newey, in the waiting room. Let's pull him in, get his take here. Brian, you got Josh and Dave in the booth. You got us?
I got you, buddy.
Man, I'll tell you what, those last few laps coming down to the end were quite exciting. I know you have a front row view for the battle between Isaiah and Blake there. And I saw it looked like just hard racing to me. I know Blake gave the bumper. I'm sure Isaiah wasn't too happy about it. But then at the end there, I saw you get into the wall on the final lap and almost gave that away, that podium spot away. How did the race go in your eyes, and what happened there on that last lap?
What happened on the last lap is I was just looking in the mirror trying to make sure that Logerman wasn't super close. I was trying to figure out what he was going to try to do, and then I just drove right into the wall, wasn't paying attention at all, almost threw it away. It was fun battling with him. Stephen Black, he was the class of the field all day. I think if we would have went green the whole time, I mean, Isaiah was fast. I don't know if he would have been able to keep up with him on a longer run. I felt like he might have been burning up his tires. But man, that was some fun racing. I would have just been happy with a top 5, top 6. But then when that wreck happened, I was able to get a decent restart, get past Logerman, and hey, top 3, talking to you guys.
Yeah, and before Dave asks his question, I got to ask you, what was that little extracurricular activity between you and Logerman there at the end?
Oh, he just showed me his displeasure. No, he was just goofing off.
Gotcha. I don't know if it was because you threw the big block there or not.
No, I don't think so.
Now, Bri, I know you've been dealing with a back injury, whacking the wall coming out of 4 on the final lap. Can't help that too much. Is a night on South Beach going to remedy that?
It will. I'm gonna get super drunk. I'm going to Disney World, and we're gonna have a blast.
Now, don't forget you got to hop in that cup car tomorrow. So make sure you take the aspirin and drink some water before you get to bed.
That's true. I'll make sure I do that.
All right, Nudie. Well, congratulations on the 3rd place finish. I know you got some shout outs you got to give.
As always, I got to thank my beautiful wife for letting me do this with everybody. Got to give a shout out to all Tupac racing team guys, even though, this isn't a team race tonight, but it'll be tomorrow and Wednesday. Met all of them for the first time out at Sonoma this past weekend. As always, I got to give a shout out to the Gills Dump Truck Service and Pizzeria, the fastest dump trucks in the Northwest. And also, I got to give a shout out to the Logan and Cody Show, the best podcast on air right now.
Awesome.
Millions of views.
Millions of views. I heard that today, and I was shocked.
The ad revenue alone is buying them, new resorts. So.
Oh, I'm buying a direct drive wheel.
There you go. I know. It was such a good podcast today. I listened to both of them, and I lost 15 IQ points listening to the second one. So that's how good of a podcast this really is. So if you
only 15, that's impressive.
Exactly. So if you haven't checked it out yet, don't forget, check out the is it the Logan and Cody Show, or what's the exact name of it?
It's the Logan and Cody Show.
Perfect. Check them out on YouTube as well. I know Nudie was on there this past week, and good show to check out. So thank you, Brian. Congratulations. I'm sure we'll talk to you tomorrow night as you return back to Homestead, Miami.
Yep, hopefully. Thanks, guys.
Now we're going to bring in our 2nd place finisher, Devin Buccino. Devin, you got Josh and Dave in the booth. You got us?
I got you guys.
Man, another one who had a front row seat for that battle between Blake and Isaiah there. And coming down to that, what was going through your mind as you saw them kind of getting into each other right there?
Yeah, we needed about 100 more feet, and we would have been ahead of Steven. I lifted because I saw them getting into each other, but if I had stayed in it more and put it on top, I think we would have had the edge over Steven. But we came up just short, and then the restarts were so tough. When you're starting on the front row, the control car just had such an advantage. Having just 2 laps to try and get back at him wasn't enough. But congrats to Steven, man. He was fast all race. Just wish that last run was a little bit longer.
Now, Devin, really up front all night, right? Isaiah got by you a little bit near halfway and kind of hitched on him to come up through the rest of the field. Coming towards the end there, did you think you had a chance to win the race, and what did you think it would have took to maybe shake out a little bit differently?
I knew it would have been tough to get by Steven. The thing is, it was such a short race, only 50 laps, and there wasn't a ton of tire fall off. And we went back and forth from running, our lefts on the first seam, and then Isaiah got by me, and I saw he was riding the bottom. So we took our set of tires with that caution around lap 25, because after then you wouldn't have enough time to do anything, and there wasn't a huge advantage. But I just felt like the top 5 was so even that whoever got out front was going to do a pretty good job of holding them off. I wish the 4 of us could have raced it to the end there, but I'm very thankful to come away with a P2.
Yeah, awesome job with the P2 tonight. And any shouts you got to give tonight? Anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to shout out New Craft Fine Jewelry and Design, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Any custom jewelry you can think of, they can do it for you. Better than K's as well. Mommy and Me Registry. Less than 10% of the states offer maternity leave financial support, and this helps with that. It's comparable to a honeymoon fund. You can add it to your baby shower, registry, etc. I got to thank Carolina Sim, you guys at Intensity, my beautiful girlfriend, and family and friends for watching along tonight with us.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations again, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
You guys have a good night.
And finally, the man of the hour, our winner tonight, Stephen Black. Stephen, you got Josh and Dave in the booth. You got us?
Josh.
Man, congratulations on the win tonight. Kind of the class of the field until Isaiah came around you, and I thought it was going to be a great battle between you, Blake, and Isaiah until those two got into each other. And I know you had the best view of what happened there. So, what was your take on that?
Well, I was kind of running in the middle of the track all night, and that's what I've been practicing, and that's usually the preferred line. And uh, Isaiah caught me and passed me on that low line, and kind of gave me a little bit of info as to what I actually needed to be doing. I think I actually ran the fastest lap of the race overall that last lap, but I ran the low side. But yeah, that was an interesting incident there. I didn't know if Isaiah had just gotten loose or what, but he saved it and then overcorrected it and just went up into the wall. But that was pretty wild to see from where I was at.
Yeah, Isaiah got loose only because his back tires were off the ground.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't really see all that much other than Isaiah getting sideways in front of me and me having to check up. But yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. I mean, they were both racing hard. They both got around me, and I was kind of hoping they would both make a mistake or something and let me get up underneath them, and it happened. So
Steven, fastest in practice, get the pole, pretty much dominate the race. Are you human?
the ARCA car is probably my favorite car to run in officials. So this is actually the first week I've gotten to run them in the ARCA Pro series, and I'm usually a lot better off at the shorter tracks than these two. So I just love running them so much. I don't think it really matters like what track. They're just fun to drive. You have to actually will them, and a lot better than the cup car and the truck, in my opinion. So.
I agree with you 100%. I love these cars more than either of the other two. On a more personal note, what's your seat time look like in a week? I know some of these guys that are a little bit newer or haven't been around a lot while see you up front often. What's the practice time look like?
Um, I uh, I'm I haven't been practicing as much as I probably should. I know like I've kind of I have a love-hate relationship with iRacing. I'll run officials and I'll lose, you know, a lot of interest in it because it's just like not good racing. But I think racing with these guys, they keep me motivated to try to put more practice time in. It's really hard with my work schedule, and I like trying to help the newer guys that are new to iRacing and getting them better and developing dudes. So I'm on leave right now, so well I'll be able to get into the seat a lot more and probably hopefully help some newer guys out and help myself out as well. So
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the win. Any shout outs you got to give? Any thanks you want to give?
shout out to Dean Qualley for obvious reasons. Shout out to Cody Moore. He said he was racing tonight, but I guess he backed out. I don't know why. And the Logan and Cody show also uh, for coming up, and they're the best podcast out. I think it ranked number one ahead of the Dell Junior Download this week. So, and Derek Chaput is going to be running a Logan and Cody show cup car this week. So keep an eye out for that. And shout out to Grandma Hagerman and Brian Nudie and Isaiah Gill. I'll be signing autographs for you two after this interview. So
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the win. I know usually when you dominate the front of the race, you never win it, but dominating performance tonight, winning the race, and where are you race trucks this week as well, correct?
I'm running everything this week.
Oh, you're running everything this week, so maybe we'll see you in victory lane again tomorrow night.
Yep. Hopefully I get to talk to you again tomorrow night. Hopefully it'll be another win. So
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations. We'll talk to you soon.
see you.
Well, Dave, that was an incredible finish right there between some of the best drivers in iOS, especially seeing Isaiah Gill and Blake. Even though they got into each other, they still had a hell of a run there at the end.
Yeah, those those three between Isaiah, Blake, and Steven really looked like it was going to set up for a spectacular finish. Cut it a little bit short there, getting into them. But that is, that's the competitive racing that ARCA is. These guys are all wheelmen and women, so it's really competitive and really, shows some of the patience thinning as we get towards the end of the race. Stephen Black, like I said, really just an alien running up front. At most tracks, you're going to see him in the front of the pack. But tonight, specifically with ARCA at Homestead, fastest in practice, qualifying, and then leading most, if not all, of the laps, a couple that Isaiah got in front of him there. Really impressed with Isaiah as well, charging up through the field. And then, unfortunate set of circumstances, really not in his decision making like it was last week, but still gets the short end of the stick again. So,
For sure. And don't forget to join us tomorrow night for the Cup Series race from here at Homestead. We're going to have I want to make sure I say this right. It is the Greene County EMS Stretcher Fetcher 188 here at Homestead at Miami. Some money being put on the table as well for these guys running next week or tomorrow night. So it should be an exciting one for sure. So go ahead and check that out tomorrow night. And then Truck Series on Wednesday, Dirt on Thursday, and Xfinity on Friday. So with the original Rebels. So a full action-packed week of racing. Don't forget to tune in. If you haven't already, like, follow, subscribe. We do appreciate it very much. And anything else you'd like to add, Dave, before we take it on out?
Nothing. I gotta hurry up and get to South Beach. Like I said, we got one more night here before the Cup cars, so might as well get in where we fit in, Josh.
That's for sure. So, on behalf of David Wright and everybody here at Intensity Broadcasting, my name's Josh Hall. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow night for the iOS Cup Series. And as Atlee Atman Weiss would say,